And we're live.
Are we back?
Yo, I was walking when I was walking in today.
Yeah.
I saw this is so funny when you see it happening in New York. I saw a guy trying to talk to a girl. So he went up to her. She was just standing there, you know, it's summertime. She had her booty short. She was just standing on the street. And he went up to her and what seemed like very politely, because he just went up and he went up like this. He put his hands out. Yeah, he was like, hey, how you doing, miss? I just, can I talk to you for a minute? So he was like pretty safe and respectful. And she was just like, get the fuck out of my face.
You saw a live shoot down?
Why do some girls get so mean when you try to talk to them?
I have no idea, bro.
It's such a funny concept because I saw it and then he was like, oh, my bad. And then me and him like kind of locked eyes and I was like,
you can't win.
It's a tough world, bro.
It's a tough, cold world out there, bro.
It's a tough world. Have you seen this in action?
I have.
That is always so funny.
Bro, but now I've not only seen it in action, I've been like on the receiving end.
Yeah.
Of the viciousness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what's crazy? I think looking back, I don't really think I was the type of guy to like try to talk to a girl in the street. I think I could probably count on my one hand the amount of times I've done that.
Oh, okay. I mean, not even on the street. I'm talking about like being out like at a bar.
Or at a bar.
And then approaching
at a bar.
Get the away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like, I assume you go up politely, right?
Of course. First of all, look at, the size speaks for itself. So like, I respect that approach to like, almost like a fierce dog. Like
it's so funny. I saw him walking from the middle of the block. He was walking over tippy toeing with his hands out.
Hands out. I'm
like
saying,
I'm showing my hand. It's
I have no weapon.
Like he was approaching a cop.
Yeah, I have no weapon. That's kind of how you have to approach it.
Yeah. Like you a black guy getting pulled over by police.
Exactly.
That's how you gotta talk to him.
I have no weapon. I'm safe. Yeah. It don't matter.
He literally, because by the time he got to her, I got to her, and he said, excuse me, miss, I just wanted to know, can I talk to you for a second? And she looked back and was like, get the fuck out of here.
Away from me.
Yeah. She was right, immediately.
Immediate shoot down.
And he was like, damn. He was like that? And she was like,
yeah.
And then she walked and I looked at him and he was,
you can't win. You can't win.
What happened to you at the bar?
Honestly, it was the same thing where it was just like, hi, hello, how you doing? You look really nice. Before you can even start your speech, I have a boyfriend. I'm married. Like, whoa. Like, I'm just trying to say hello. Yeah. It don't even, how do you think I'm trying to ask you out?
But I'll say this. If you have a girlfriend, that's how you want her to react.
Exactly. That's why I respect it. It's a double-edged sword.
Because when I saw her curse him out, I was like, damn, that's
proud?
wifey. Yeah, I was like, that's wifey material. That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a guy to come up to you completely safe and harmless, and I want you to tell him to get the fuck out of your face.
But you know what? That's also, maybe his wifey radar was up. And maybe he knew that was going to be her response. So that's why you had to try.
You ever seen that video of Kanye's wife? What's her name? I forgot her name.
I don't even know.
You know who I'm talking about though, right?
Kim K?
No, the new one.
There's another one?
Yeah, the new wife.
Damn.
Yeah, she, there's a video that came out where a guy is trying to talk to her in the mall. I think they're at the Louis store, some type of fancy store. And a guy approaches her to try to talk to her. And she's talking to him for like 3 minutes. And then at the end, he's like, so can I get your phone number? And then she's like, oh, I'm married. And then people were commenting on it because they was all saying, some people was saying, why did she wait so long to say that I'm married? Because the first half, it looks like she's flirting a little bit. Okay. But then she says, I'm married. So I'm like, are you, because I saw the video and I thought about it. I'm like, could I get mad if this was my wife? Because he asked her like, oh, what, you new in town?
Oh, so you heard the whole vernacular.
Yeah, you heard the conversation.
Okay.
He's asking her, are you new in town? And she's all, yeah, I just moved here. And he's, oh, how you like it? And then she's asking him too, like, are you from around here? Are you? I don't like the asking questions back.
See, but my thing is, it's also, where were they? Because are we thinking from a New York state of mind, or are we thinking from like
what state?
Yeah.
They were in LA.
But like the rest of the world isn't on New York time. It's actually okay to be polite, And then was she flirting? Like, ha 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 ha.
It looked like she was flirting. But some people are just flirty. They have flirty vibes.
Flirtatious.
Yeah, they just have flirty energy. They have like a smile and a twinkle.
But another thing too is that when you deal with like classically trained New York City women, and then you meet someone from like outside of New York City and they just actually talk back, sometimes dudes take that as flirting. where it's just
it is flirting.
Just talking back.
What is flirting? What is flirting? What's the definition?
Giggly, but you can have a conversation.
Can you?
Yeah.
What is the actual definition of flirty?
I think I don't
like. How do you categorize flirting and a conversation?
I have no idea because, again, everybody's on different wavelengths. Because there's women that know how to flirt just to get a drink or something, and then they're out.
I think my girl or wife or whatever asking a guy questions back.
That's flirting. That's crossing the line.
That's flirting.
Okay, all right.
What are you asking questions? What's the questions for?
It depends.
How do you excuse that? I was being polite. Are you being polite? You asking them like you could be polite. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. You don't have to be. You don't have to be rude. From? But you want to know where he's from? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I think that was the part of the video where I felt that
the line was crossed.
I don't like this part about it.
Yeah, so you like,
but then he asked for a number and she said I'm married and he was like, damn, for real. But even when she was saying she was married, it kind of still looked a little flirtatious.
Like she was hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know Kanye was married. I didn't see the video, so like I don't know. I take different things in context.
Yeah.
Because especially you work in entertainment, right?
I dabble, yeah.
You dabble in and out.
Yeah.
Max?
Yeah.
HBO, live streaming? Yeah. But, you work in entertainment, so you have to speak. And like, what if it was an agent? Like, I mean, obviously we know, but what if she was an agent and she's trying to find like a new perspective or something like that? Like, I think that things are different depending on like also your work environment. What
would you say is the percentage? If you had to put, and obviously we're guessing here and generalizing.
Yeah.
But what would you say is the percentage of times if a guy tries to speak to you in a public venue that it has nothing to do with work, not, like take away work from it, just a setting that isn't work, a more social setting, what percentage of the time you think that the guy's just trying to sleep with you?
For me, 0. For women, I think 100%.
What do you mean?
You said a guy trying to sleep with me?
No, not for you. I'm saying talking to women. Yeah.
Probably 100%.
100% of the time? Not 100. It can't be 100% of the time.
Like 85%. It's definitely over 70%.
Or maybe I would go that high if we took away trying. Okay. Not trying, but would.
Would. Okay. So would.
Would 90%.
90%.
Yeah.
Trying, maybe like 70.
Trying, maybe 65.
65?
Because I'm generally not trying. I don't try. I don't walk around trying to.
You're in a different stratosphere.
I am in a different stratosphere.
You're in a different stratosphere. So it's just like, honestly, you're playing defense.
A lot of times.
A lot of times you're playing defense. We're playing defense out here.
But also, I'm not the kind of dude, if I'm dating somebody, I'm not the kind of dude that's like, just don't speak to any man. Because at the end of the day, you can't avoid it. They're going to try to sleep with you. It's just up to you.
They're going to shoot.
Set those boundaries,
Exactly. And we know they're going to shoot. Yeah. Especially like if you have a high value partner. Right,
woman-wise,
yeah.
So just an attractive,
yes, face card.
So that's what makes the woman high value. Just
we
very
already
attractive.
know men are shallow, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'm that shallow though. I'll be honest. I don't think so.
The general population of man.
I feel like I generally can separate a beautiful girl from like actually liking her. Like I could be like, you are top level beautiful, but I don't like you.
You're speaking from a place of privilege.
Nah, is it?
You're speaking from a place of privilege.
I'm like a rich guy. I'm like a rich guy giving advice at a
exactly. You have all your teeth.
At an unhoused meeting.
You have all your teeth. You have a hairline. Like,
that's true. And I'm
speaking from the opposite.
I'm telling the unhoused, like, just brush your teeth and take a shower in the morning. And you'll be fine.
You're speaking from a place.
I apologize. I apologize. That is my level.
I'm here for the people. I represent the everyday man.
I have been around. Obviously, in entertainment, it'll happen. You get around girls where you're just like, this is. One time I was at Saturday Night Live. I was backstage like during a filming.
Oh, that's
I forgot
fire.
who was hosting.
Was it Dave?
No, it wasn't Chappelle.
Was it Bunny?
Who was hosting? I know. Haley. What's her name?
Stainsfield?
No, she was the music. Haley?
Halsey? Okay.
Halsey was the music. So Halsey, and I think she was dating G-Eazy.
Okay.
So I remember they was there. They was backstage.
Okay.
And I was just backstage during the taping. And I saw a couple girls that like just went by, and I'm like, my mouth dropped. I was like, what's happening?
What are you doing
Like,
here?
these are, what happened? Like, these are, sometimes seeing, because beautiful women are everywhere, right? They you could see them everywhere. But sometimes you see a certain type. This happens in Miami a lot. You'll see a certain type where it's almost like you saw an alien.
Yeah.
Where you're like, this is an Instagram girl live. She has her filter in person.
It's like augmented reality.
Yeah. So I saw that, and I said, who's that? And the person I was with was just like, oh, they're just decoration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know,
they come to set.
Yeah, you just have beautiful women around. You're never gonna get beautiful, no matter what the situation is. Having beautiful women around, everyone's on board with that,
and it makes it better.
Both men and women are on board with that.
You automatically feel safe,
except married women. They don't. No, like that.
They don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like that. They hate it very much.
But
you feel safe. You feel like, oh, hey,
yeah,
you know, I'll try some sushi, even though you're allergic. You know?
Beautiful women do make you feel safe. There's a motherly comfort that they give,
because you know there's no danger. Beautiful women are in danger. They're not.
Maybe this is from a sense of privilege. I feel the opposite.
You feel
when you're too beautiful, I'm like, get away from me.
Oh, because danger lurks.
You're dangerous. I don't want you to get me out of character.
Okay.
Because I'm more self-aware and I know the problems they bring.
That's a good perspective, but privilege.
Yeah, that is a privilege. I was at a party recently. It was something. I was at this party and there was this
Michael Rubens.
I turned him down. I had
again.
Yeah, I had a
2 years in a row.
Nah, I didn't get invited.
Oh, I'm about to say, because this is iconic. The first year I was upset. This year was like, I like this. I like this streak.
No, I was at a regular party, and there was a bartender. They had hired a staff or whatever, and there was a bartender there who was really, really attractive, and it was so funny to see all the married men that their wives didn't want them getting drinks, or they had to go get drinks with their head down, and this woman was just being a bartender. She wasn't flirting or doing anything. She was just being
herself,
a beautiful bartender. And the wives were like, yeah, you want to go get a drink so you could go talk to, I know how you are. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
They turned on the heat.
Yeah. Woo! Which I think is interesting, because I generally don't see men behaving that way.
No.
I never seen.
No. That bartender.
Yeah, if you could get a stripper and a man would be like, go have fun with the stripper. I'm gonna be here with the boys.
Can you get me vodka soda?
Yeah. By the way, what was the thing that happened at the bar when you tried to talk to a girl back in the day?
I got shot. I got shut down, and it was just like, so actually I got shut down because of my phone.
Yeah. You had a bad phone?
I had a very bad phone.
Yeah. Is that why you have two now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of that PTSD.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Phone traumatic stress disorder. This was the transition between the T-Mobile Sidekick 3 and the BlackBerry. And like you could also tell.
Wait, I don't think it went from 3 to BlackBerry.
No, but
I think there was LX.
There was the LX. I'm talking about just for me.
Oh, okay.
Of like, oh, okay, you know, you start dealing with a different caliber of woman, the professional, the BBM. Before the BBL, there was the BBM.
Yes.
You know, ask somebody. Yes. And I approached her with my phone now.
Oh.
And she shot me, number one. And number two, she's like, what's your young ass phone? I'm like,
yeah, that was a rookie move. I mean, you were younger. That was a rookie move. Because, you know, if you don't have the latest model of a phone, you don't pull it out until the absolute last minute.
But not even that. They looked at the flip as childish. The screen,
it was.
But it was great. It was great. It was a great time.
It was. But here's the thing. Things are hot up until they're not. And then they're the worst. Sidekick was the coolest thing for 4 or 5 years.
The top.
Everyone had a phone and a Sidekick.
And it wasn't
But the minute that it flipped to BBM, if you had if you was flipping it, that was like having a Game Boy.
It was legit like a Game Boy.
You pulled out a Game Boy and told her to put the number in it.
And she looked at me like, she looked through me.
Yeah.
She looked through me.
That's pretty embarrassing.
She definitely looked through me. Yeah.
I agree.
I went to T-Mobile the next day.
And upgraded?
Oh, yeah.
That was a good move.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good move. We got a lot to get into. Woo! Welcome to the Adulthood podcast, baby.
Hi, guys.
Volume 70. This is coming out on Sunday, August 11th.
Woo. We
are back in studio. As you can see, we got a new studio, a lot of new changes to the podcast. If you want to call in the number 347-378-9423. Send us a voicemail. We want to implement different things to the podcast, so send us a voicemail. I had somebody DM me a question that I wanted to run by you because we were talking about the two phones thing. So before I forget, we'll get right into that question. Somebody sent me a question. They said they went on a date with a female, and she at the date she had two phones.
Okay.
And they wanted to know how suspicious that was from our perspective on a level of 1 to 10.
Did he provide any more context?
No, he just said she pulled out two phones.
How did they meet? Did they meet on LinkedIn or did they meet on Instagram or on Tinder?
He didn't give me context.
Because if they met on LinkedIn, it's not suspicious at all. It's you have your work phone and you have your personal phone and you want to separate the two. If they met on...
Because here's the thing. Some companies give you a phone.
No, they give it to you. They force it on you.
So it's not that you are paying for two phones.
No.
The company gives you a phone that you have to keep available the whole time.
It's mandated.
And then you have your own phone.
But it's also, you have... depending on what industry you work in, you have to have like security. So you having like, you're getting government emails to your phone. You can't get that to a personal phone. So
it's like what happened with Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
The emails.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to your Gmail. You want to go to your,
the government email. Right.
The government email.
Yeah.
Your gov mail.
Yeah, gov mail.
Yeah. Keep it separated. So again, it depends on what her lifestyle is. But if she's just on
So would you ask? If you found yourself in this type of situation, would you say, what's the deal with the two phones?
What's the deal with the phones?
Yeah, you got to give a...
Just because I get accosted, I automatically get drug dealer. Yeah. So I was just like, hey, I'd approach it in a funny way. Do they call you a drug dealer when you pull out your two phones?
Yeah.
And see what the response
is. And see what she does.
Yeah.
I have two phones also, but honestly, I just have one. I only have a backup one just in case.
You lose?
Just in case. Because sometimes there's been situations where I'm on the road or something and I've been in the middle of nowhere with a phone about to die. And that's being in the middle of Iowa with the sundown and there's no phone, right? You get... I started freaking out. I was stopping at every gas station trying to get a charger. So I just have another phone just in case it dies.
It has the same number?
No, it's a different number.
Oh, but you just swim your...
It's an Android. Okay. It's the Flip. It's the Galaxy Flip. And also they sent it to me for free. So I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
There you go.
But I'm not on a date with two phones on the table. Like they calling for me, Like I need to take this.
They owe me though. Nah, it's not even like that, honestly. And the funniest part is that, so for me, it's the fact that, like, number one, family, most important. They have both numbers. But then, actually, you're in entertainment. You have people that, oh, yeah, let's exchange contacts. Let's do this and the third. But you don't really want them to, like, at least for me, I don't want them to have access to me all of the time. That's number one. Especially, like, your compatriots that are only in the nightlife. So you're not gonna text me on a Tuesday, say, hey, how's your mental health? But you'll text me on Friday, like, yeah, where you at tonight? So like that's one phone for that. And then you got the main line.
Right. Yeah, no, I think if a guy pulls out two phones, I think you ask, because do you have a government job? Is there a reason why you have two phones? If he doesn't give you a good reason, it's safe to say this is sketchy, right?
You should leave.
Because one phone gives you everything you need. You can have multiple numbers on one phone.
Literally.
So you having two, I find that some people try to have two to try to make it seem like they're more important than they are.
It honestly is more stressful.
Yeah. Having two, you just have to charge both of them.
You have to charge both of them. But it's also too, like, we live in the content age, right? So like, let's say, I don't want to, if I have an assistant or something, all right, you can post to my Instagram or whatever, but like, I don't want you looking at my, personal text messages and things like that, And then like, I do have work emails come through on one phone. So it's just like, I have financials coming through that you're not supposed to have privy to, but also I need you to catch me going crazy.
Yeah. So I want to get an assistant.
You should.
I want to, I'm just not busy enough.
You're at that level though.
I could have one.
Bro, you at that.
If I told people that I had an assistant, they would believe that 1,000%. I needed one. But the truth and the reality is, I have no need for an assistant. I can do everything that needs to be done.
That's the perfect time to get an assistant.
I know, but then I feel like she's just gonna be, and I say she, it could be a he.
I think women are more effective in the assistant role.
Dude, I said this before. I rather work with women.
Oh, 1,000%.
I just find that there's, you know, I have my agents, all my agents. I switch agencies, but my agents previously were 5 women, and I just loved working with them. They were just like honest, like there was no bravado.
Honest.
They were empathetic.
Efficient.
Yeah.
Empathy, but also organized. Like, I don't know if you've noticed
organized.
But women are so much more organized than men, especially. So one time, this was what, 2019? Mm-hmm. Remember when we went to Travis Scott that weekend, but I had gone to Vegas that Friday. And it was for my homeboy. He was turning 30, his birthday, and his girl had like a whole like minute by minute spreadsheet of everybody's flights and then what room you're checking in and then all the activities and where we're going for dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can do this all the time.
Yeah.
You need an assistant.
Right. I find that sometimes, and it's a weird scenario because all the people that work, I say they work with me, right? Because I say like, we're a team, but in reality, they work for me because I pay them. So they work for me. They make money off the money that I make. They make money off me. So a lot of times I find that with work, like when you deal with men, it's this bravado thing. It's like, I'm like, bro, just do what I asked for. That's it.
No, who you talking to?
Yeah,
well,
what are you doing? Like, I'm paying you. So if I had to get an assistant, I would probably go with women or gay man.
Oh, yeah.
Gay man, very organized.
Yes.
You know, it's not a lot of nonsense.
No.
With in the work.
It's structured.
Right. They're very structured people.
They don't have time. They don't have time for that. And there's no, so what you gonna do? What are you
and they're great
about?
wingmen.
Yes. Which
the gays.
Oh,
and both really.
Both.
Really, but a gay man can really get into a group of women
and navigate.
And, and freely.
And then you know
a gay man will walk up to a woman at the bar and grab her titties.
That dude needed a gay friend.
What dude?
Downstairs that got shot. He wouldn't have had to approach with his hands.
Right. Yeah, he could have just went, slapped her ass, and then be like, hey, I don't want to do gay, but you know, whatever they say.
He would have been right in there.
Yeah.
At least it wouldn't have got get the out of my face.
Right. Speaking of which, we had another one of our clips go viral, and I was getting dragged in the comments. First of all,
you're the rental.
People just don't. It was so funny because it flipped. At first, I was getting dragged. Then I guess I don't know what happened, but people started
realizing
watching till the end, and then people started saying, because it kind of was a gender war. Which, if you want a clip to go viral, turn it into a gender war. Whoa. That is the best way. I get cooked by everyone. That's what makes me feel good, because I'll have clips that go viral and men will cook me. This guy's a pick me. He's a loser. He's ugly. His co-host has no hairline. You know the things that they say.
The whole gauntlet. Yeah.
Right. And then I'll say one other thing, and then it's women. Oh, these are just misogynists.
What are they talking about?
And it was the video where I was talking about a friends with benefits is like a rental
car.
But I was the rental in the story.
They totally missed it.
And every girl, not every girl, but a large portion of the comments personalized it like I was talking about them.
And not only that, this look, I'm assuming, but I think this is how they they typed it.
Yeah.
Look at how they treat us.
Yeah. That's what they said.
I know.
I commented back on a couple of them. One of them was, and shout out to her. I wish I had her name, but shout out to her because she just admitted. Because one of them, I said, I'm the rent. Like, did you not watch the thing? I'm talking about me. I'm talking about I'm being used, not using women. And she literally responded. She was like, my bad. I didn't watch it till the end. I kind of just commented right after the first thing. I shouldn't have done that. I should have watched it, which is cool. I appreciate that.
The honesty.
Yeah, I appreciate honesty.
Shout out to you. You know who you are.
Yeah, we all do silly stuff like that. Yeah. I appreciate that.
My favorite is like one comment, some dude was just like, oh, y'all sound like two girls. And I'm just like, oh, y'all sound like women. And I'm like, yo, I've never commented anything negative on anybody's Instagram.
We've touched on this before, yeah.
So the fact that you feel so confident to say that, like, who are you?
I mean, is there anything more women than commenting on two men's post
for a free podcast.
Shout out to all the listeners though. I have it's a double-edged sword with the comments because it helps engagement.
But and it's men judging other men's looks.
That's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Unless you're on E or unless you know, that's the lifestyle you partake in. Like,
I had one girl commented, she was like, I doubt anybody wants to rent you. I was like,
I'm hurt out here.
I was like, what? What? Are you kidding me?
Have you been on Price Lock?
I went to her page. I wanted to
private.
It was private, of course.
Yep, of course.
I don't think many people feel free to comment. The people who comment negatively generally don't have an open page.
They definitely don't.
They don't. If you're commenting negative stuff on a page, the chances that your page is, not only is their page private, but their page is private. They don't allow you to message them. You can't tag them in reply to their post.
And nothing.
They're
Teflon.
They're literally just.
And when you see all that makes me laugh. That actually brings joy. It's just like, oh, okay, because you're throwing a rock and then hiding your hand and running away.
Yeah. Which, thanks for the engagement. I always just imagine.
That'd be it.
I always imagine. I wish that there was we lived in an alternate reality where we could see when that person writes the comment, like what they're doing, like how miserable their life is on that point that makes them want to write
that
a negative comment.
I think, can we clip that? That's going to be our show. That's content.
What do you mean?
We create a show like that.
Oh, where we're literally like, if you when you write a comment, your phone camera turns on, bloop, to show you where their life is.
We
right
know some
now.
hackers.
Yeah, but what it is what it is.
Yeah.
I've gone through both things where I get mad at people writing negative comments, and then I also understand that you put yourself out there, people gonna comment. Right?
It comes with it. It comes with it. And then like they say, you're never as good as you think you are. You're never as bad as you think you are. You're somewhere in between.
Right.
And then, but it also makes me feel. Honestly, you was talking about empathy. It makes me It makes me empathize more for people who are, the upper echelon, where they dedicate their whole life to something, and then you just have. It's one thing when it's a couple hundred comments, but when you have 1 million negative comments for you just being an awesome athlete or actor or comedian or something, I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I might have touched on this previously, but Drake has a song where he addresses it, where somebody as big as, Drake, who, is basically moves around like the president, is just like completely disconnected from real life, completely lives in an alternate universe, lives in his own world. But even he touched on the fact that he sees that, he's like, sometimes people, it's my page, I see the comments. It comes to my phone.
Like, what do you think?
And he says, I see the comments, I'll go to their page, and it's usually either like a kid who's miserable or an adult who's not happy with their life, and you're just like, all right, whatever.
The thing about with the kids, though, is the fact that their whole existence is basically recorded. You know what I mean? Like somebody who was born in, let's say, 2005 or something like that. Their parents and them, they've been on the internet. So that's a regular, normal occurrence to them. They don't realize that. Like, we grew up, you talk something crazy to somebody, you're going to get punched in the face.
It's going to be a fight, probably, yeah.
It's going to be a fight. It's going to be some kind of friction. But now you can just do it, especially anonymous, and there's no repercussions.
It's so interesting because I know some people who receive the maximum amount of hate, like just nonstop hate. And then you speak to them and you ask them, hey, when you walk around, do you feel the same? And they're like, absolutely not. No, I've never experienced. No one has ever. I fly through the airport. People see me out. No one has ever came up to me. In fact, people come up to me. They want photos. They want, and I kind of envy because I feel that celebrities back in the day, that's the life they lived. It was mostly just love.
It was 100% love.
The hate was very far and in between. And the hate used to be like critics
in the newspaper.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, or like a blog.
Don't read the newspaper.
Yeah,
but then everyone in real life would probably be.
They used to pass out for Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
they would cry, pass out.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Pass out. I wish I cared about something that much in the world
to see
somebody and pass out crying.
Bro, they had ambulances at the concert.
What do you think that is? Is that mental illness? What is that?
It has to be. It has to be. It has to be.
I don't know what that is. Call in if you ever cried when you saw a celebrity.
347-378-9423.
I've had that happen a couple times. I mean, they wasn't crying.
They cried for you?
Nah, they wasn't crying.
Oh, we out.
They wasn't crying, but a couple times I had a couple individuals, like it was always girls that have come out to me and just be like on some like very like, oh my God, like I can't believe
like
this. Like
hyperventilating?
like I can't believe this, like, oh my God. And I'm just like, I'm just an asshole that does a podcast every Tuesday. Like I'm not. I'm like, you could just chill.
I'm not Beyonce.
Right. And I'm the kind of dude, I'll talk to you too. Like I'll talk to you. I don't.
Because you're a real person.
Yeah, I'm just like a real person.
Yeah.
I'd be more excited, I feel, than them that you even know my work or follow my stuff or do. I'd be more excited than them. But I've had that happen a couple times where they were like,
is that
oh
like a surreal feeling?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, when it's happening, you kind of get scared a little bit.
Oh, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Because you don't know what's going to happen. And you don't know, it feels, it doesn't feel real. It feels like maybe it's a prank. You don't know if, you know, what's going to happen. Is she going to faint? Is she going to pass out? And also, you're just a person. Like, you know, I'm.
Like, I had gas 45 minutes ago.
Right? I don't think. When was the last time that happened to me?
That's crazy.
It's happened a couple times. It happened like a couple times.
Yo,
oh my God.
If somebody passes out, are you gonna record it? Like,
no, I'm gonna try to help them.
You got. I mean, yeah, but I'm saying, but like, you gotta come out of.
Sometimes I get the opposite too. I get the people who, cause I say stuff like, you know, you could come say hi to me. I told you, and I've had the people who act like we're friends. Like I've been at a bar. Ooh. I've been at a bar like out in Queens and somebody see me and they yell out, Ian, that's you? Come here and come give me a hug and a kiss. I have no idea who this person is. And they don't know. Then yeah, I saw your special. I'm like,
not even went to a show.
Me a kiss on my cheek. No,
not even a show.
Yeah. What you doing here? You in Queens? So I've had the experience of both things.
Yeah.
But back to the Michael Jackson thing, seeing somebody and passing out.
Nah, I don't know.
Sometimes I'll get in my head about, not in my head, but I'll be around a celebrity or somebody ultra famous and I'll just be like, damn, it's crazy that I'm here.
Yeah.
But I don't say nothing. If you see me in my face, it's no emotion.
Is that the New York? Or
that might be the New York. That happened to me this weekend. I was at the Comedy Cellar and I was there with, on Saturday, Ray Romano was there from Everybody Loves Raymond. And then Chris Rock came in. So at the,
word?
Yeah, so we had at one point we at the table and it's me, Ray Romano, Chris Rock, and like another comic, and I'm just sitting there like movie. I'm like, how am I at? It's crazy that I'm at this table, that I'm sitting at this table.
Yeah,
I'm not contributing anything to this conversation, but it's just nice to be here.
You contributed by telling us that story. That's incredible.
That's it. And then Chris was one of the reasons why I started stand up. He's one of the reasons But I don't start crying.
That's a great segue though. Like, who were some of your influences, your biggest influences that you were like, man, this is awesome. I want to do this. I want to quit law school and pursue, and I'm gonna quit the airport too and pursue this as a career.
I mean, I've told this story before. My girlfriend, my high school girlfriend, when I was 18 for my birthday, she took me to see Chris Rock film his special, Kill the Messenger.
Okay.
They filmed it at the Apollo. That was the first time. Huh?
Did you tell him?
Yeah, somebody told him that once at the table, and he was like, "Don't meet your idols, baby. Don't meet your idols." He literally was like, But yeah, I went to see that at the Apollo. That was an HBO special that he did. And then I was like, I would like to be. This is something that but it wasn't a real thing till I got a little older. Probably when I turned 20, 21. That's when I first was like, let me see what the blueprint is to do this, and then I'll decide if I could do it or not.
Okay.
But growing up, you know, I didn't have. I don't like to have idols. I appreciate different artists and different art forms, and I never look at somebody and put them at the top of a mountain. I think even if I would have met Michael Jackson in his prime, I would have just been like, wow, it's Michael Jackson.
I have a crazy Michael Jackson story. I don't know if we could keep this, and it's not even a crazy story, but I heard that Mike was a Crip.
Like the gang?
Yeah, Mike was from Gary, Indiana, and he was a vice lord.
Shout out to him. I never heard this. I never heard this story.
The internet is the craziest place in the world. But yeah, Mike was a Crip, so he would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a deep voice too.
Yeah. I think if I met who if I met right now, I would be like, wow. I think if I met Obama, I'll probably be like, wow.
Yeah.
But I still would just be like, what up?
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it'd probably be like Celine Dion or something.
I met Celine.
You met Celine Dion?
Yeah, I met Celine.
In France?
No, I met her at the Tonight Show the first time I did it.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I told you that.
On this show?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I forgot.
You probably forgot.
Yeah, I met Celine Dion.
No.
Yeah.
That's like every immigrant mom's dream.
Yeah, when I first did the first time I did the Tonight Show, it was me, Alex Rodriguez, and Celine Dion. And my dad, we saw Alex Rodriguez, and my dad, obviously, he was like, wow, whatever. But then when Celine Dion walked by, he was like, oh my God, that's Celine Dion. Like, he wanted to pull out his phone, he wanted to record. He's like, that's Celine Dion. That's huge.
That Titanic.
Yeah. I think Celine, she's probably the most famous. Well, I gotta be between her and The Rock. Those are the two most famous people I've met.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What was The Rock like?
The Rock was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really cool. He came into my dressing room, we talked for a minute. He was really cool. I saw Jim Carrey too. I was at a party with Jim Carrey.
Okay.
I'm just like name dropping the whole episode. But I was at a party. That was cool too. That was like a wow, Jim Carrey. The next day I went and watched all his movies. But not just the Ace Venturas, but that's probably the most famous people, I think.
Wait, didn't you say you met Drake?
Yeah, I met Drake.
But the security snuffed the girl?
Yeah,
and she bounced back up?
But The Rock is more famous than Drake.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, The Rock is more famous than Drake.
They say he could run for president.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, now The Rock is fame, baby.
Like that's
top level
echelon.
fame. Yeah, that's top level. So top three would probably be Drake, Celine Dion, and The Rock. I don't know. Maybe it's Jim Carrey or Drake. I don't know who's more famous. Probably Drake.
At this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this time. But Jim Carrey walked through. He kind of like faded out of fame.
Yeah, he's not that active in the movie things. But Jim Carrey in the 90s, I think that was the top. Yeah, I think he'd have been like right there with The Rock.
Literally.
Yeah. Let's get into your Mexico stuff. I know we haven't recorded
Bienvenidos.
Live. We haven't recorded live in a full month. But let's talk about Mexico. Where'd you go? What'd you do? Who'd you fly?
So me and my lady, we went to Playa del Carmen. Shout out to Carmen for getting her beach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
is that a direct flight?
No, so we had to fly into Cancun, and then it's about like an hour cab ride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's Cancun, then Tulum, and then Playa del Carmen.
Is this your first time there?
No, but not my first time to Mexico.
Okay.
It's actually my third time to Mexico. They know me, you know what I'm saying, Orderly.
Yeah.
We went during the hurricane, and it had got downgraded to a tropical storm, Bevel.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
What dates were you there?
I was there the 3rd through the 7th or the 8th.
Okay.
Yeah. So right before for the 4th weekend.
Right.
Yeah. And man, a time was had. Thank goodness I was getting ready to cancel the trip. I'm like,
of the storm?
Yeah, I ain't never been in no hurricane, you know.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. I mean, you know, Sandy was downgraded.
Mm-hmm.
I was around. We caught the Katrina, but we caught the tail end of Katrina, so I didn't know. I'm not trying to be no hurricane.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to everybody that survived. But so we get there, a lot of people had canceled their flights because they wasn't trying to get stuck. And like they had issue. First of all, our hotel didn't even call us. They had sent us an email saying that maybe you guys should cancel your trip, or you should, like, if you do come, we'll put you in another property, because they were trying to avoid liability. But it's like,
sending me an email saying maybe you should cancel your trip is crazy.
10 p.m. the night before.
Yeah.
The night before you're about to fly. My thing is, I have to do early morning flights.
You have to?
I like to, because
those are the best ones to do.
They're the best ones. And then you also
least delays.
Least delays, but also the least TSA exchanges, because a lot of people, they're not at the airport yet. And I like to seize the whole day when I'm getting somewhere, especially, you know, you're going on vacation to the Caribbean, you want to get the, you know.
C'est la vie.
I was we got to get to France.
I think that seized the day.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. I get a little bit pale, so I had to go, you know what I'm saying? I came back sun-kissed. Flew first class.
What?
Yeah, buddy. You see, it's not only bamboo upgrade
what
as you
airline?
heard. United.
Nice.
Yeah, United.
What is Polaris?
I think so.
That's what it's called. Yeah, that's the first class.
Yeah. And
how was it? Was this your first time?
This was my first time.
It's nice.
It was very nice. Like being woken up for like a hand towel, fresh hand towel, and a mimosa is very nice.
You know the thing about first class is,
oh wait, you can't even call it that. I think it's just business class now, right?
it depends. Some planes have first, business, and like business is another, and some like not too far international flights have just business. But it's very nice.
It is,
but I never think it's worth the money though.
Why?
Some first class is 3 times what the regular ticket costs.
Okay, it depends on where you're going.
No, but if you're going, like, let's say you're going to Japan, first class is great, right? But first class to Japan is about $12,000
American,
and a ticket is about $1,200.
That's 10 times.
10 times, yeah.
I would have to do it though.
I would do Emirates. When I went to Abu Dhabi, I was not in first class, and I would have liked to do that. Okay, I've done first class far though. I've done first class to, I did it to London. I did it to Israel.
Could you have asked the promoters? Because you went for the comedy festival.
Yeah. I mean, I could have asked. They would have said no.
I'm just saying, because would they have pulled that? Oh, okay, yeah, you can get it, but then we'll take it out of your pay.
My pay didn't equal a first class ticket. They would be like, yeah, we could do it, but you're gonna have to send us $8,000.
You're gonna have to reimburse us.
Yeah. But I think if I ask, the only time you get stuff like that, like a first class, is when the people flying you out, like when it's a big conglomerate or a billionaire, they'll do that. Like I did a gig one time in Arizona for this big steel. It was like the biggest steel company in the country. And I think they had offered that they said I could use the company jet, like to get to the gig if I left from New York, but I wasn't leaving from New York. So
I would have flew back to New York.
I couldn't use it. Yeah. At that point, I was more hopeful, and I thought I would have more opportunities of like jet flying. So
it's almost like like a championship.
Yeah,
you know, you think they'll have more.
You think you're gonna be there every year, right? So you flew first class.
Flew first class.
What, was it an upgrade?
No. I caught a sale.
You caught a sale.
Yeah,
nice.
I caught a sale
because of the hurricane.
Because of the hurricane, but also
it was just you.
Yeah, no, it was both of us. You got to book your tickets at Tuesday night at midnight. That's what they say. That's what the airline travel people say. The airline travel insiders. So I did that, and I caught a sale. And you got to do it on incognito mode, so they don't track your cookies.
Because then they'll just send you the pricing.
Yeah.
So can I ask, what was the ticket? What was the first class ticket? Do you remember?
I think it was $1,200 for both of us.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's really good. So you booked this midnight on a Tuesday in the full moon?
Yeah.
That's good.
On the incognito mode.
You heard it here, guys. If you want a good deal on a first class flight, you book it Tuesday at midnight. What is this, Tuesday going into Wednesday or Monday going into Tuesday?
This is Tuesday going into Wednesday.
So Wednesday at midnight.
No, it's technically Wednesday, but then you also got to remember the people on Pacific time is still Tuesday.
Oh, but Wednesday wherever you're at.
Wherever you're at.
Wednesday.
But it's still
at midnight.
Wednesday at midnight.
Wednesday at midnight.
It's Tuesday somewhere.
Middle of the month.
Full
moon.
Mercury in retrograde.
And you could get about $75 to $80 off your ticket.
Your ticket for first class.
Yeah.
Boom. And it's worth it.
So this is nice.
This is nice.
Your lady, was the first time she flew first class?
I believe so. Yeah.
Ah, that's nice when you get to give an experience.
Feel great.
Yeah. To somebody
absolutely
like that. Did you look over and was like, babe, look what I got
you. Look what we're doing.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice to throw it in people's faces when you do something nice for them.
Cachet.
Yeah.
There you go.
I really enjoy that.
Yeah, me too.
So how was so you get to Mexico?
So we get to Mexico.
A lot of Mexicans?
There were a lot of Mexicans. There were also a lot of people just on tour. You know, growing up in New York, you learn how to deal with hasslers.
With what?
Hasslers. People hassling you.
Hasslers.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to get.
I think we're gonna have to Google that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hasslers.
Yeah.
Is a word.
Is it hagglers?
This is hagglers. Okay.
I mixed the two.
Yeah. I thought I was.
I just made it up live.
You dropped the SAT word on me. Hasslers.
I just made it up live.
Okay. No, hagglers. Got it.
No, I'm going with hasslers.
That
might be our crew.
I got you. Yeah. I got you.
You learn how to deal with them. It comes with the territory. Yeah. But you know,
when you get to a foreign country though, it's a different. It's a different. Yeah.
So
it's not like here.
My steel wall has to be even more turned up.
Yeah.
So thank goodness we had already booked the transportation to the hotel. But like they're not until you get outside, and then inside you have to deal with all the people.
No, just a shared or
no,
Prive?
Prive.
I love a Prive.
Prive, but not lugs.
Prive, but still, Prive is good.
Prive is
Was
great.
it a van? They love vans.
You got to do the van.
Yeah. In developing countries, love vans.
Yeah, you got to do the van. I think his name is Pablo. Shout out to Pablo. Boom. So we go. I'm on full block mode. No, we already got a cab. No, gracias. Blah 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 blah. Boom. We get in the cab. I'm notorious for staying up 24 hours so I can sleep on a plane because I usually don't sleep.
You one of those people?
Yeah.
I advise against this.
No, I need to.
I advise against this
because
it's not good. It's not. First of all, it's like flight to Mexico. It's 3.5 hours. You can be up for 3.5 hours.
I'm extra.
Like I mentioned on the other thing, I like to raw dog the flights.
Oh, whoa.
Just stand there, sit there, do nothing.
And just because to prove you're
just up, to prove I'm a man.
You're a man.
That happened actually. I mentioned that on the last episode. That happened on the flight back from Paris.
You raw dogged it?
Raw dogged it. They food came by and no food the whole time. The flight attendants couldn't believe it.
No.
8-hour flight. They were like, "Are you sure?
Are you sure?"
I was like, "I'm sure."
I'm good.
Yeah.
Woo.
8-hour flight. Food came by. I said, "No, thank you." I was starving.
Do they look the perplex? Like, do you feed off the perplexity of their faces?
Yeah.
Like,
I generally get my joy from making other people think that I'm better than them. That's generally how I feel comfortable in public spaces.
Damn, I see now why we started this podcast together. So
yeah,
I stayed up. So I'm knocked out in the cab, and
you stood up the whole. You didn't sleep the whole night.
I didn't sleep the whole night.
But then it's a rough morning.
That's why I sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm ugly sleeping on the plane, like mouth open.
Yeah, I imagine, yeah.
And then also in the van, mouth open, knocked out.
See, but then this is what I'm saying. You're not enjoying the things because you're tired, your mouth is open, your girl's probably uncomfortable.
No, she's taking pictures for the black man.
Yeah.
It's a whole like collage.
But have you tried the edibles? Edible on a flight. That'll knock you out. I do the edibles.
Because then I get too giggly. If I don't fall asleep.
Even on an indica?
Yeah. Then it's like it's not a pleasant ride.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah. So boom, we land when the thing. We get there, and this is why it was perfect that we still went. A lot of the other people who were supposed to be staying at the resort, they canceled. So it's basically like we had a private resort. There was only like 2 or 3 other couples in the whole time.
Can I interject?
Please.
Here's my thing with resorts.
Talk to me.
The resort is the only place that I kind of want ambiance. I want other people there. It's funner when it's more people there.
Please expound.
Like it's like a cruise. Like people are like, oh, you go to a cruise by yourself. The cruise is only as good as the people on it.
Okay.
And I feel like resorts are similar in this way. Where if it's empty, yeah, you can enjoy it. Whatever you with your partner, that'll be fun. But I find that sometimes it's you people watch. You making fun of, look at this, look at that couple doing aerobics. Like, oh, look at this. You know, you
doing the yoga.
That's what it's. I mean, is there a better thing to do with your partner than look at other people and judge them?
No.
Like, I mean, I think that's like the top couple thing to do.
I mean, outside of eating like a good dinner.
Yeah, I mean, dinner with judgment on other people. That's Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
you know?
That's Valentine's Day and New Year's.
Yeah. So, but the resort was empty.
It was empty.
Now, was it raining?
So we only got hit with rain the following night. So we left on Wednesday. It didn't start raining like hurricaning until Thursday night. And then Friday, the rain.
But that's kind of romantic.
It was very romantic.
A hurricane in the hotel is kind of romantic.
And they don't play. So like there was a lot of damage that was done. We didn't get hit with too much rain. We got hit more like a lot of wind.
I don't like the wind.
Yeah. And like going through it, and because it was a bamboo top. It was a very nice imported. It was a very nice, nice room, but it was also like you heard the elements. Like when we came out, you could tell that the hurricane, a tropical storm had bloomed through there. But that Friday, they spent the whole day cleaning up. There wasn't too much flooding, and it was perfect.
What was the sounds that you heard? Like
very intense. Like your roommate in college.
Yeah.
But times a million.
You sure that wasn't Mexicans like making?
I didn't investigate.
Yeah.
I didn't investigate.
Now, how was the food? Because a lot of times people go to Mexico and they complain about the food and the quality of the food and the curse of Montezuma.
You ask a great question.
Thank you.
So it was like a Michelin. I promise you, bro. I promise you.
No.
It wasn't all inclusive.
Oh, that's the trick.
It wasn't all inclusive.
Yes.
Each meal was
when you gotta
ticket.
pay. I don't like. This is my problem with all inclusive. I think I want to pay for everything.
Everything.
Because anytime you get an all inclusive, a free, a unlimited, the quality is nonsense. Now your resort, you had to pay for food.
Every single
so it was
meal.
good?
It was great.
What kind of food were you having?
It was Mexican food.
What was it, like tacos and
fajitas? But they also had
burritos, enchiladas,
Tostitos,
chimichangas, Tostitos,
churros,
the chips.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I have some heartbreaking news.
Please.
Casamigos isn't made in Mexico.
Where's it made?
In the United States.
Is this factual, or is this some QAnon?
This is
conspiracy theory brought on by the Republicans to.
I learned the hard way.
To try to keep us down.
I learned the hard way.
Mexicans get offended when you bring up a tequila that isn't made in Jalisco.
Bro, I ordered them. I was at the bar, getting ready to hit the beach. I need a margarita.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Naturally.
Can I get a
Dos margaritas, please? That's how you say it.
No, dos margaritas, but can you use Casamigos, please? And they're looking at me like,
listen, you want to offend a Mexican person,
bro?
Go to Mexico and order an American tequila,
bro.
That is a spit in the face to the Mexican culture.
I thought we was about to get deported.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't. It's probably because of the hurricane. They let you live.
That's what it is. But I thought it was a Mexican tequila.
Casamigos, owned by George Clooney?
Bro, Joe no sé.
He sold it though.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, we sold it to us too.
I think Kylie's tequila. What is it? 912-211?
746.
What is it?
818.
818. What is that? The area code of Beverly Hills?
I have no idea. Have you tried that tequila?
No. Is it good? Not that good? But hers is from Mexico.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's from Jalisco.
Well,
so it's Kevin Hart's. Kevin Hart's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I learned the hard way.
Casamigos is just a safe bet. It's not even about the taste. It's just a safe bet.
It's really just for the turn up.
Have you had I think Red Dragon or Blue Dragon?
What's that?
Red Dragon. Since this is a name drop episode, I'll name drop. Red Dragon. I think that's the tequila that Chappelle drinks. It's like $400 a bottle.
Definitely didn't have that.
Yeah, I got it gifted one time when I did the show, but it's really expensive. It's really high end. But liquor, like it only gets a certain level of high end. Then they start jacking up the prices, and you're like, this is just the same as a $200 tequila. At
the same time, I feel like the first time I actually had like actual Dom Perignon, like the champagne, I understood. I understood why the prices jacked up. I understood. The first time I had Ace, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Now I understand.
I never had Ace of Spades, but wine, I mean, champagne is wine, right? It's kind of, I don't know, paying so much for a champagne, because usually you toast I don't even know. Champagne, like you take a sip and then you pour the rest on the girls. I don't know what to do with it.
No, because we were feeling like rappers. That's why. That's, everybody was drinking the bottle. But I understood.
Yeah.
I understood.
Yeah.
Like there's Moet. Moet is the everyday you feel like you're doing something.
Now, what tequila did you get?
I ended up doing Don Julio.
Don Julio's a good one.
Don Julio's a great one. And they actually they have Don Julio 70, which is
what is that?
That's one. I think that one is aged for 12 years.
Yeah. Now, who's monitoring this? Because I feel a lot of these liquors, since 1846, since the Civil War, the original whiskey of the American Revolution. But I don't know anybody who's actually keeping tabs on this.
They say
like, what's stopping us from making a tequila and being like, this was aged since
absolutely
yesteryear.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We got AI.
Yeah.
We can do it.
So you had Don Julio 70.
Don Julio 70.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Palomas. Are you a Paloma fan?
Yeah. I recently, I'm not a fan though, but I recently had a Paloma. Where did I have a Paloma? Somebody offered me a Paloma recently.
Woo.
And I had a Paloma.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer. You would have thought I was a surfer the way I was flowing.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do one of these no drink what is it, October?
So hold on.
Yeah.
You're going dry. You raw dogging planes. Are you signing up for a war or something? Or you got a movie to come? Like, what you doing? An action hero? What's going on?
I don't know, man. I'm just like older. I'm just trying to take more control of my life.
Who is this person?
I think I mean, when I was in France, I drink every day, but I don't get drunk. I drink a couple glasses of wine. You know, I don't get drunk, but it's like, you know, I like to break up the monotony of whatever I'm doing. So if I'm drinking a lot, I'd be like, let me just stop drinking. I'm drinking. I've done it with coffee. I like coffee. I drink coffee every day. But if I feel like I'm getting too dependent on coffee, like let me cut it out.
Do we have a Scrabble board? Monotony? What's up, bro?
Yeah.
You trying to make fun of my hustlers?
No. That was I meant that with no disrespect. I meant that with all due respect.
So honestly, it was Michelin star level meals. We had what's his name? Damn,
Chipotle.
I forget. He was there, but he was off the resort. What was his name? I think his name was Pablo
Escobar.
Yes, and he was, you know, customer service. There's people who take pride in it, and well, I met one.
Okay.
And he made me like want to open up a resort so he could teach people about customer service.
See, the Mexicans are great at this. I've heard this before. Because I've never been to Mexico, but I've heard this before.
Bro.
I heard they really help you, make you feel welcome.
Bro.
And it's very like, whatever you need, we got it, no need.
Bro.
They're very good at this.
The highest level of quality. And like he stood out even amongst because it was high quality, period.
Yeah.
But he just stood out. He was like the Michael Jordan of customer service.
I like that. Did you have a personal butler? Or?
No, we didn't. This one didn't have a personal butler.
Yeah.
But like, I'm talking about, do you need a cigar? Boom, set up the cigar.
Ooh,
you need a cabana? Boom, set up the cabana. What would you like to drink?
Now, were you tipping? You had to tip?
You had to tip.
Yeah.
You had to tip. Honestly, like a lot of my money just went to, I mean, outside of the food, just went to tipping.
Yeah. Now, was liquor free?
No, there was nothing free.
Nothing.
The only thing that was free was
because
air.
this is a pro tip that I believe I've given on Adulthood before.
Yes.
Did you buy a bottle of liquor at duty free?
Failed.
See, this is the problem when you don't sleep.
Failed.
You're not thinking straight.
I wasn't thinking.
You're sleepy, your mouth is open. You're not paying attention to the tips that we give here.
I'm on the show.
You should have brought a Casamigo bottle at duty free.
I wasn't.
So what was you drinking in the room after things closed?
We were ordering drinks.
And they'll bring them?
Yeah.
Through the storm?
Yeah.
You got these Mexicans going through the storm?
Customer service.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar.
What was it? Like room service?
Yeah.
You paying $100 per drink?
Bro, ridiculous.
This is insane.
But worth
now,
it.
what were you doing at night? Because at night, I imagine there was no nighttime activities because of the storms.
No, I mean, so the storm was only one day.
Oh, okay.
So the first night we like stood out and the sun didn't set until honestly like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the sun was set, we'd chill, we'd go to the room, change, come have dinner, and get back to the room. And then it's the next day because we try to wake up early to see the sunrise. The sunrise was incredible. But then they had a
You was doing that?
Yeah.
What you do? Just look at it?
Yeah.
And then what?
Get drunk.
Okay.
Yeah. They had a spa.
You did the spa?
Yeah, you got to do the spa. You know, but couple spa. Everything's couple. It's like almost like I think somebody was on that honeymoon because it was like very honeymoon-esque.
Yeah.
They had the spa. They had the steam room. They did. It was just, and then we went off the resort. This was when things got a little bit crazy. First of all, I don't think people realize that like in New York City, Spanish is one of the languages that you have to take in high school. And even though with my remedial Spanish skills, I still, retain some. I know what Moreno Negro Grande means. I think I could put two and two together.
Yeah. So I got you saved on my phone as.
Oh, thank you. So you told them I was going down there?
No, I don't know, bro.
Bro, so I'm talking about, you know how we were talking about the women who are so attractive that like they change the air in the room.
When was we talking about that?
In the beginning of the show. The bartenders.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like that, but almost like in reverse. Because
you look like an athlete.
Bro.
This is the problem. I told you many times.
Man.
You walk around and you look like a professional football player.
Why did I do this?
And a lot of times when somebody thinks you an athlete, because football, no one knows football players.
Nobody.
People know Tom Brady. They know, Brett Favre.
Randy Moss.
No one knows the rest.
No.
So you walking around, they don't assume that this guy's a DJ. They're like, this guy is, he's wasting his life if he's not in football.
That's exactly that's what they say.
Right, yeah. So that's like the
in
natural.
Spanish.
That's the natural thing. Now, let me interject real quick.
Please.
Now,
forward.
is this story, how long is this? Because we could tease it for the next.
We could tease it. I mean, it's not the longest story, but it's a good amount.
Let's do it on the we'll do it on the next app. We'll do the story on the next app just so we can wrap it up.
People love the two-parters.
Yeah. They love to have to come back next week.
They love the two-parters. We
love to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this one up. Volume 70 coming out Sunday, August 11th.
The suspense.
We have an announcement that we do have to make. A lot of I said this to like a couple of people. People are losing their mind.
They're breaking heartbroken.
But we have to be truthful with our listeners, and we have to announce that the great Marty is no longer going to be a part of this podcast.
Oh, man.
She has gone out to find herself.
Yes.
Some people was like, oh, do y'all have a problem? No problem. We love Marty. She's welcome back whenever she'd like to come back. It's completely not up to us. We love Marty. She was a great part of this podcast. She helped us build it to where we are today.
Shout out to Marty.
She was a podcast encyclopedia. She knew everything that we spoke about. We would just ask. She would be like, yes, you said that already. You did this already. And she contributed, especially on the last episode, on the two-parter.
The two-parter.
People hit me up and they were like, she was making some great points.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, Marty, thank you. We love you, Marty. We appreciate all the work you've done for us. And come back.
And bless the range. She went to bless the range and chase puffins.
Yeah. We're going to get a lot of hate mail. Because at first, people was like, Marty was a problem. But then everyone loved her. We created a monster.
She was the voice of reason.
Yeah. But we'll definitely miss you, Marty.
Yeah.
You got any dates to announce?
Well, when this comes out, I'll actually be at Panda. Big shout out to everybody coming to check me out at Panda. And then, follow the IG at IamDJ 8 p.m. That's where everything's going to be on.
And if you want to see me live, I've been off the road for a little while, but I'm picking up starting on the 22nd. I'll be in Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette, I think it's pronounced, from the 23rd to the 24th. I'll be in New Orleans. Next week, the 30th to the 1st, Labor Day weekend, I'll be at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York.
Boom.
Go to ianlaralive.com. All the dates is updated. Come check me out live. Check out the rest of the episodes on the podcast. Like and subscribe. Follow the Instagram page. Leave us a comment. Share the clips. A lot of new things coming this fall. Adulthood podcast. I'm Ian Lara. This is DJ APM.